Good morning, everybody. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here. The sun is shining, and it's first thing in the morning. I figured I'd key in. My hat's not on straight. It's weird. Figured I'd key in this morning about a couple of things that have happened since the last video. I think the last video was when I was super excited to get my Jeep onto the land. I mean, that was 2 months of work that I'm sure we're not rich, so we had to do it all by hand, and probably would have been a lot easier with a big machine, but we got it done. Sheila and I was really proud. I was super stoked, and Sheila seemed pretty happy. She was, it wasn't the first time the Jeep went off road either. I love her so much. Yeah, so today, anyway, so what's happened since yesterday? A friend of ours from work came. She's getting married this summer, and she wanted to have a very nature-esque wedding. I guess you could say it that way. Well, I did. So she wanted to come, and she wanted to get some trees, some branches, some limbs. She wanted to build some candle holders out of our 10-inch diameter trees, like something around there. So she ended up taking 2 truckloads of birch branches and things that we were able to put together for her. I cut her. This is awesome. She wanted 2 5-foot lengths, 2 4-foot lengths, 2 3-foot lengths, and 2 2-foot lengths of the logs. So I ended up giving her about that size log, all those cuts. I had 3 logs that size, so it worked out really well for her. She was super happy. And it was funny because one of her friends came with her in a truck, and it had rained yesterday morning, but he wanted to pull his truck onto the land so that he could, so that we could load the wood easier. And against everybody's better judgment and warning, he decided that he'd do it anyway, and I completely understand. I'm a guy, you have a truck. I'm a guy, you have a Jeep. It's just like, I could do that. I'm gonna do truck things. I'm gonna do Jeep things. So it made sense. I hope my neighbors don't think I'm crazy for talking to myself, but anyway, he got stuck. He had a beautiful, must have been a 2014, 2015 Ford. I think it was an F-150. It was a really nice truck. He backed it onto the land. And I know I got the 10,000 pound come along here, and I have a couple of tow straps and things, and the Jeep's, I put a nice suspension in it. I got an ARB Old Man Emu suspension in it. And I put on some front recovery points. I was confident that as long as he had the recovery points and everything, we should be good. So I asked him, and he's like, yeah, we're good. So he backs it in. Gets stuck. We had put a lot of wood in it. It kind of made sense. Funny, still. Anyway, the women, all 3 of them, were, we told you. And they did. And they were right. And it made sense, but whatever. There's truck things, guy things. It's cool. So he backs in so that he would have an easier shot at it because he didn't think he would be able to turn around. He gets stuck. I go to the front of his truck because I got a couple of big trees. I got the come along, the chain hauler in my hand. I'm like, okay, look at this setup. He's got no front recovery points. So I got a little worried at that point. I was like, I don't even think I can pull you out with the Jeep then. Like we could probably set up a couple of 3rd point things for the come along and try to tow you backwards. But I had a couple of tree stumps, so I could actually pull him backwards a little bit. And I'm like, I could pull you backwards 2 feet. And he's like, well, yeah, that'll give me a running start at it, and I can go. And I'm like, all right. So pulled him back 2 feet, and that was hard. Started to fray my 10,000 pound line. He was deep in the ruts. See if I can show you them. They're pretty good ruts. I don't know why this is so exciting for me, but I think just the fact that other people have driven on my land now just makes me super happy. But yeah, like these were, he was stuck in there pretty good. They've dried up and stuff now. But Sheila, my wife, had a brilliant idea, and we ended up putting a bunch of these down underneath the back tires and in front so that he would get some traction. And thank God, at least this truck was 4-wheel drive. So, but as soon as he started going, he didn't take his foot off the gas at that point. I don't think he was willing to get stuck again. I can understand that too. So he was bouncing around, and a big tree on that side, he almost went for. and it got a little bit hectic until the very last second when the ground popped him over to the right, and he got out, and it was awesome. We were all stoked and came down and we did our cheer, because you know, guys do cheers when trucks do cool things. But today I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually finish that little that twig road, you know, the tops that me and Sheila have collected. I think I'm going to put down, and I'm going to finish the path up to the big trees, and that'll be neat. And then later, because I have the opportunity, we've cleared out most of the brush back here now. I have a little bit more brush here to clean, but then that's the path to the original opening that was on the first couple of videos. You would be absolutely amazed now, because I know I am, at what's happened back there as the snow's melted. And obviously what must have happened in the last couple of years to make it that way. It's next to impossible, well, not impossible, but it's really fun to get to. We'll go back there later and check it out. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to enjoy this beautiful sunny day. I'm going to try to stay in the sun as much as possible. Want to give a quick shout out to a guy on YouTube that's really been cool and massively supportive. If you get a chance to check him out, check out his channel. His name's J Mill Camperman. You know, he's kind of like me and my wife. We're just trying to give you a video log of what's going on in his life and how he's doing things. But yeah, he was one of the first guys to make comments on our videos, and I got a little nerve-wracked when Sheila and I started making videos, because we're just never really, we're not public people. We're social, we got Facebook and stuff, but we don't like being in the you know, all that stuff. The reason we're doing this is because Sheila had a great idea, again, I'm going to probably say that a bunch, to come on and video log this for our stuff later on. And it just so happens that we can put it on YouTube and show our family and our friends what's going on in our lives too. So our first couple of videos, JML Camperman came on, and some of his comments were just really supportive at the right time. And it really gave Sheila and I a little bit more confidence to continue doing the videos. And you know, his supportiveness and his excitement over the videos is just really cool, and we wanted to say thank you, man. We watched a bunch of your videos. You got a ton of them on there. They look really awesome. I wanted to figure out what that I can't even remember the name of it now, but there was a YouTube channel that you had that got canceled. It looked like you and your buddies were making movies. That looks like tons of fun. If you guys get a chance to check him out, he's definitely very similar to us in the retrospects, where a little bit of video here, a little bit of video here, a little bit of video here. We'll put it all together, and this was my day. Really cool and super supportive. Really nice guy. So he's worth checking out. He's worth getting a few likes, and if you get a chance, any of the people that are watching my channel, go check him out. He's got a lot of really cool stuff. All right, I'll key back in a bit. Well, I'm not sure what I did to upset her, but the day seems to be taking a turn for the worst on me. The sun's just hidden. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Road's coming along pretty good. But I figured I'd take this opportunity to take you to the back and show you where Sheila and I, mainly me, wanted to actually position the first opening and clearing that we were gonna move into, and the path that I cut to try to get to the road. So from the first clearing, and then obviously halfway through the first or second video, we decided that we were gonna need to rethink that opportunity, or that option. So we decided to come up here. But yeah, I'll lead you on a guided tour to back there, and you'll understand why we switched. Okay. Need to get around a little bit of this. These are the final tops to the clearing, still up in the clearing. So these are the final tops the trees that I knocked down to make that clearing. Sheila and I cleaned up the majority of it, but we wanted to move on to other stuff, and we got a little bit lazy, and I know that's not necessarily the way to do things. So over the next day or two, I have the next 2 days off, as long as it's not raining, I will be cleaning this up to hopefully make this path a little more accessible, because I still have that initial wood pile from the first 2 or 3 videos back here. So I know without the snow it doesn't look recognizable, but this is the first initial path from the first or second video that I was, you know, super proud of making, and I thought, yeah, we're gonna stretch this out 20 feet and we're gonna bring this all the way to the road. should be good. It's thick bush back here. A lot of cedar, a lot of spruce, a lot of swamp trees. I call them swamp trees, just trees that really enjoy water at the top. This is definitely fun to walk through. Not sure if you remember I think it's the second or third video where Sheila was mentioning how wet this land was. Well, that was up at the top. And this is at a lower level, and I believe this is where it all just kind of seems to come together and collect. But yeah, this is, I don't know if you remember me walking on top of all this, the first or second video, but I was cutting all this stuff down to about ankle height. Maybe a little bit higher than ankle height, maybe about 6 inches up off the ground, and now they're 3 feet off the ground, so I'm gonna keep trying to move forward here. Ooh, don't stab me there. Alright. So if you can remember, I was gonna try to make this the road. Oop. Okay. Going down over here. Get out the way, tree. Alright. As fun as that was, this is now the back clearing. This is the first landing zone that I had. I know it's hard to tell the difference, but you can actually see the Jeep now, funny enough. Is that the Jeep or the trailer across the road? It's the trailer across the road, sorry. I have a lot of crap back here that I need to somehow get through that wonderful path. So I'm thinking in the next day or two I'm going to try to clear out those tops and clean out that path with the chainsaw and you know, a hell of a lot of man muscle to get back here. It's dry where I'm standing, but it's only about 4 inches away from what looks like extremely wet ground. A lot of puddles, things like that. It looked like somebody a couple of years ago came back here and took a bunch of trees well before it was ever our land, which is, you know, obviously cool because it was well before it was our land. But yeah, a couple of cool things back here, you know. But really, if I would have concentrated all my time on cleaning up the trees around here, when all the snow melted, I would have just really probably gotten very depressed. and then I would have realized, oh crap, I've been doing this in the wrong spot. So I'm glad I moved. I still have to, like I said, move this all the way up to the other clearing. That should be fun and exciting, but I could actually use a lot of this right now. So whatever. Yeah. See, yeah. Glad we made the choice to switch. You know, it's still really beautiful back here. But I think that over the years, you know, the next 5 years going forward, this place, I will make a really nice path. I will get a focused area back here, but I need to use it for what it's worth. And right now, if it's a little bit swampy, I can clear it out, and you know, I can find uses like for mushrooms, or I can grow things that, you know, I'm gonna have to do a lot of research, but I'll figure stuff out, and I will use it. I'll appropriate it properly for what I can use it for how it's going to maximize our efficiency for our, you know, off-grid / homestead stuff. So I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. Maybe I'll just, by the time in 5 years, who knows, maybe a lot of these trees will be gone for animals, and I'll need pens, and I'll have brought 30 to 40 truckloads of soil or dirt or gravel or sand in here, and who knows, maybe there will be a 6-foot wall of stuff leading to the rest of them. I have no idea. It's really hard to visualize 6-7 years down the road what I'm going to do back here, because I'm still trying to visualize 5-6 years down the road what I'm going to do up there. So we brought you back here. This is, like I said, the second video landing. This is where I thought would be the best place because of the sun and everything, but this is also where I'm glad we decided not to, so that we had the opportunity to start cutting up at the top earlier. because now I believe that we're in a much better location and much more ahead of where we would have been if we would have concentrated on this. So I'll let you know how it goes, trying to get back through that so that I can get those trees up to the front. Other than that, have a great day. Hopefully the sun comes back out. Well, the sun kind of came back out, which is super nice. I got to get back into work, so I have to drive into town and get ready. Triple S's and all that stuff. Was able to do a little bit of a number on the top spile. So far, I was only able to get this much done. It's working out. Seems to be going together well anyway. Hopefully the Jeep will be able to not have a problem with it. I'm thinking maybe I'll use this as like an actual base for the driveway. Maybe I'll get 2 loads of sand in, do this all the way up. That way the sand has something to catch it at first and let it pack in. I know the wood will rot away eventually, but it might. I'm going to be putting about 3 feet by the time I'm done, so it might actually pack down nicely. And when the wood rots, I might not notice it. Sand, then gravel, and then just pack the gravel until I think I can get a transport on it, because that's what I need to. That's basically what I'll be bringing my house. So I'll give you an idea of what's going on. Goodbye for today, and have a good one. Bye.